back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And I must say, I'm super excited to get into this video today because I was able to grab a couple of the summer releases from Nespresso that have not been like overly publicly out there, I guess. They sent out an email like sometime last week because I tend to go to the Nespresso boutiques. They send an email that says because I guess I go to these boutiques so often, I can actually go to certain boutiques and pick up these limited edition summer release pods early on, like early access to them in comparison to just getting them on the website. So to my knowledge, I don't think that these pods, as of the time I'm filming this video, are available online right now, unless you go to like the UK website or something along the lines. But I did hear from the Nespresso boutique sales associate that was checking me out, or checking TJ out, and I'll get to that in just a second. He said that they were going to finally have these released, I think April 26th. So they should be out very, very soon as of the time I'm filming this video, in just a few days actually. So that's gonna be really exciting. Let me know how you guys enjoy these pods once you try them, but I'm excited to give you guys an early taste test today so you guys can see whether you actually like them or not. And these pods are going to be the Juicy Watermelon over ice and the tropical coconut flavor over ice. So to be quite frank, I think the tropical coconut flavor was actually a pod in previous years. I've yet to try it, so that's gonna be fun for me to try. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But this Juicy Watermelon over ice is kind of, I think, reminiscent of the Exotic La Minha, kind of a weird pod. Hasn't really been released before, and I don't really know what to make of it, honestly. I'm kind of scared to try it, but I'm excited to try it for you guys to let you know. Both of these are Barista Creations pods, and I'm assuming that they're going to be good because I think all the Barista Creations pods are actually pretty yummy, as of the ones I've tried so far. So before we go into the epic taste test that's about to occur, I wanted to get into a little bit more about what's on each of these boxes, because the Juicy Watermelon one, to my knowledge, isn't really on the website as of this point. And so there's not really much I know about it other than what's on the box. So let's get into that. But before I do so, I did want to say a hearty thank you to TJ. He was the one that secured the bag for us to do this taste test today. I was out traveling for the past few days, like I said in my last video, and I didn't have an Nespresso store near me, so TJ offered, as part of an early birthday gift to me, to go and get a bunch of different pods, these two included. I mean, you guys saw the whole haul that I posted a few days ago on YouTube Shorts, so I'm going to give TJ a hearty thank you. Thanks, babe. Okay, so let's get into a little bit more about the Juicy Watermelon over ice, because I'm intrigued. So it says, why we love it. Juicy watermelon flavor over ice will have you summer dreaming. Soak up the sun and kick back as watermelon flavor splashes through our light roasted coffee blend made specifically for ice. Here's a drink your summer needs. The refreshing taste of juicy, sweet watermelon meets our Arabicas like the sunset meets the ocean. Best served as one coffee capsule over a cup of full ice cubes topped with cold water. Interesting. Okay, so I guess that's how I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it exactly how they recommend it, so kind of like an Americano. Apparently the boutique associate, according to TJ, said that this is going to be a really good capsule to put with raspberry syrup. And I do have raspberry syrup, so I'm going to try it like that for you guys at the end of this video. But first, I just want to try it with over ice, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water, and maybe that will serve after I get done tasting it at each of those stages. And as for the tropical coconut flavor over ice, again, some of you might have already tried it, but I haven't, so I'm gonna read a little bit more about it. It says, tropical coconut flavor over ice brings the taste of the tropics to your home. The refreshing coconut flavor splashes through the caramelly notes of a Latin American and African Arabica blend. Love those blends. It's our most exotic coffee over ice. A sweet vanilla note makes a true treat of this refreshing iced coffee experience. So that sounds really yummy. I think off the bat, like a vanilla coconut iced coffee or like a coconut iced coffee with the vanilla creamer that I have would be absolutely amazing with this pod. So I'm probably going to try it like that. I don't know if I'm going to try it like that for the purposes of this video today. We'll see. We'll see how much time I have. I am running a little bit short on time today, but I'm excited to give these a try. So I say we get into them. So I didn't even show the pods. I do have a couple of pods here. This is a Juicy Watermelon over ice. It's kind of a cute pod, okay? Kind of cute, kind of cute. And then we have the tropical coconut flavor. Awesome. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the juicy watermelon first because I'm really intrigued. I have to try this. So let's brew it. I'm honestly just gonna get a cup and then fill it with ice and brew it right over it. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it today because it says it can be brewed over ice. So let's do that and we'll do a taste test. Okay, I brewed it and the smell is like watermelon candy. Like, I don't know if there's a Jolly Ranchers like watermelon candy, but it's like watermelon gum or something like that. It literally smells like that. It wasn't really that aromatic when it was brewing, but as I'm like getting close to it, it smells exactly like watermelon, juicy watermelon to be specific. So that is so weird, and I can't help but laugh a little bit because it kind of weirds me out. But I'm excited to try it. I just brewed it, the double espresso, so I didn't add water yet, but I did want to try it just to see. So definitely smells a lot like watermelon. Y'all, it tastes like that too. That is so weird. That is so weird. I think that, honestly, I think that boutique guy would be right. As much as I hate to admit it, I think that raspberry syrup would be absolutely baller with this. I think vanilla syrup would be really good too, but wow. That is so weird. I don't even, like, honestly, the only thing that stands out is the watermelon. Like, I'm trying to pick up any other notes. It kind of, like, it's supposed to be light roasted, and I guess I get that, but it doesn't really go down. Maybe it's because it's iced, but it doesn't really go down as smoothly as I think light roasts usually do. So that's kind of also something I noticed, but other than that, it tastes like watermelon. So that's really weird. I think I'm gonna add like maybe 4 to 6 ounces of water to this. I'll measure it out on my scale for you guys just to make sure. But I'm gonna add some cold water to this and we'll give it another mini taste test. I added exactly 5.2 fluid ounces of water in case anybody was wondering. So, you know, a little over 5 ounces. I'm intrigued to try this. I just wanna preface this by saying that I'm not a huge fan of Americanos to begin with. So this is kind of what that is. And if I don't really like it like this, part of it does have to do with the fact that I don't like Americanos. So we'll give this a try and I'll see. Okay, there's like no watermelon smell anymore. Yeah, there's like no watermelon smell. I will say, I actually really like this in an Americano because you know how I said in the espresso, it's kind of harsh going down, like it's not smooth like a light roast I would imagine would be. This really does tone it down a lot by adding the water, and I didn't think that I could drink this black like this with just the water, but it actually tastes really good and it's really refreshing. You still get that watermelon-y taste, very much so. So I'm actually really impressed with Nespresso. Like, I think they did a really good job with this. It's really creative, it's really crazy, and this is like the perfect summer drink, honestly. It reminds me a lot of the purpose of exotic laminha is something weird, something cool, something just really refreshing and a nice coffee. So I'm all for it. And I'm gonna try the couple pumps of raspberry syrup like this and give it a little bit of a stir. And I'm gonna see how it tastes. But so far, just like this, I probably wouldn't do it for enjoyment, but I think that people that usually, you know, can do it, like drink it just like this without anything else, I think this is a good option for that. I'm not going to, let's just be honest, but I do think that this is a really smooth cup of coffee with it watered down. So I can see why they recommend it like that, and I appreciate Nespresso giving that recommendation because I do think it's better like this than in the full espresso form, surprisingly. I am intrigued why they didn't recommend off the bat this pod with some milk or some sort of cream, because I do think that usually with Barista Creations pods, they do recommend it with some sort of milk or cream. So that would be intriguing. I think yeah, you know what, guys? I think I might add just a splash of vanilla creamer with the the raspberry syrup that I have, and we'll give it a try. I'm really excited for this. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I'm so excited. So I put 1 tablespoon, I measured it out, 1 tablespoon of the Chobani French vanilla plant-based creamer that I have in my fridge, and 2 pumps, so 1 tablespoon of the Torani Raspberry Syrup. That one is not sugar-free, by the way. That is the one I don't have that's sugar-free. So let's give it a taste. This is scrumdiddlyumptious. I'm sorry. This is really good. I did not think I was going to like this pod at all. And I will say, like, I'll probably add another tablespoon of creamer to this because I do like my iced coffees a little bit on the creamy side. But I think this amount of raspberry syrup for this pod, like I just used 2 pumps, is plenty. And the watermelon still shows through so much. Like, it's not drowned out by the syrup whatsoever. Again, I didn't use much syrup, but I do think it shows off the pod beautifully. So thank you to the Nespresso guy that recommended this. And this is really yummy. Wow. I might just drink this whole thing on camera, honestly. Wow. Okay, y'all. Again, I don't think this is going to be a I don't know if this is going to be a fan favorite for a lot of people, because I know that some people are not about the flavored coffees, okay? But so with all that taken into account, I think that this is going to be a 9.82. This is going to be my other 9.8. I know I said the same thing about the hazelnut pod a couple videos back in the original line, the new No Ciola pod. Again, I just don't know how many people are going to vibe with the watermelon taste, which is why I'm saying that. But honestly, like, this is really good. Thoroughly impressed. And the integrity of the taste of the watermelon is like spot on throughout the whole process of this. Watering it down, fresh espresso over ice. You know, with a little bit of syrup and a little bit of creamer, the watermelon is still very much there. So I have to give them props for that, and I'll give this a 9.8 out of 10. So that is my rating for the Juicy Watermelon Pod. Did y'all expect me to like this that much? I know I didn't. So I'm really impressed. Okay, enough of me raving about this one. Let's try the tropical coconut. I'm not, a big fan of all the 8-ounce pods, like I said, so this has to really be a good pod for me to like choose it every single day. And I'm a coconut gal. I do like coconut, so I was really excited about both of these pods. Let's try it just black, and then we'll make a little recipe with it. I actually brewed this in my hyper chiller because I have trust issues. I'm not going to brew a whole 8-ounce pod over ice and expect it not to melt like that. So I did put it in my hyper chiller. I would recommend maybe like waiting, if you don't have one of these, just wait for your coffee to chill and then put it over ice. If you don't mind a little bit of watery coffee, that's fine too. Like, put it over ice then. And if you are looking for a hyper chiller, now that I have an Amazon storefront, feel free to look at that. You can get the exact one I have. We can be twinsies. Okay. So I did put this in there. I really did good guesstimating how much ice I should put in this. So right off the bat, when it was brewing, I did notice kind of a weird smell. I don't know if it's really reminiscent of coconut, but it was a peculiar smell. So maybe it was, and I just didn't get a good whiff at it. But let's smell it and give it a taste. Oh. Yeah, that smells like a weird shaved coconut. Like, the coffee, I guess, is kind of interfering with that coconut smell and kind of making this weird coconutty but also coffee kind of mix, I guess. But I can see how it does smell like coconut. Almost like a cocoa butter coconut. Interesting. Okay, let's give it a taste. Wow. Wow, it tastes like exactly like it smells. It's like it's almost like, have you guys ever had those little coconut sponges? Like, they have the pink little marshmallow with like the fake coconut on it or something like that. And it's like in between 2 graham crackers. Maybe I'll show a picture of it. That is the type of coconut that's on this. It's like a weird kind of reminiscent fake coconut taste. It is really nice. I think it's pleasant just because it reminds me of my childhood a little bit. But I do like it. I don't think it's bad. I think this is smoother going down than the juicy watermelon just like this. Of course, I'm not going to water it down or anything, but yeah, I actually kind of like that. They did recommend it with like I guess a vanilla, like the vanilla notes. I guess I can get a little bit of that already in this pod. It's like, I think that's what's the interfering thing. It's not just straight up coconut. It's coconut and something else, like I've been talking about. Maybe it's vanilla that comes through in this pod that's kind of interfering with that plain coconut flavor. So I'm gonna put my coconut syrup in here from Jordan Skinny Syrups, as well as some vanilla creamer from the Chobani brand that I have, like I said, and used in the last recipe. And overall, like just plain like this, I think my rating, I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I don't know, like I think this is a great summer staple. I don't know if I would be crazy about buying it again, but it does make me more excited to drink an 8-ounce cup of coffee versus some of the other 8-ounce pods that I have right now. I don't know how versatile this will end up being for me. Like, just based off of this, like, I do think the coconut flavor is a little bit stronger than I, like, expected. So I do think that unless you're trying it with, like, a chocolate syrup or a sauce or a white chocolate or a vanilla, or just a coconut syrup in general, I think it might be a little bit hard to use other syrups with this. And hard in the fact that, like, you're still probably going to taste the coconut in this. I don't judge anybody that wants to, like, experiment with flavors and stuff like that. I'll probably even try a black sesame syrup with this just to see how I like it, because I did like the black sesame and coconut combo that I tried in this one latte before. So to each their own. If you find yourself really just liking different weird syrups with this pod, like, go for it. Let me know. I'd love to try it. But the only reason I say that is because I think that for those of you who just enjoy a plain cup of coffee, this might be a little bit hard to mask the coconut taste. So with that being said, if you don't like coconut, definitely don't get this pod. If you don't like watermelon, don't get the other pod, because it is I think both of these have very strong flavors. The watermelon is definitely stronger than, like, the coconut is in this pod, but I do think they're pretty high up there in terms of trueness to the taste, or the anticipated taste of the pod. So with that being said, 7.5 for this pod. And I'm going to put some coconut syrup and some vanilla creamer in this. And I'm excited to try it. Okay. I'm so excited. So I kind of prepared it like I usually would. I did 4 pumps of my Jordan's Skinny Syrups coconut syrup. And so that's about 2 tablespoons. And then I did a tablespoon of the vanilla creamer that I have from Chobani. Like I said, I usually might do like 2 tablespoons instead of just 1, but my cup was getting a little bit full. So let's give it a taste test. Oh my, this is so good. Wow. Wow. This is so good. This is so good. I think it's just the syrup that I added, of course, but it's amazing. And, like, the coconut is just so, like you can still taste it from the pod and, of course, in the syrup, because I still taste like that. I've had that coconut syrup before, and I do think it's a good coconut syrup, but it's not very reminiscent of the vanilla coconut that I would get from, like, the sponges thing that I was just talking about. And I think that this pod really brings that out in that syrup, and it's so good. Let me put that down. So good, so good. Again, we'll share that recipe below. But overall, now that we have our final tallies, I think, to be upfront and honest with y'all, these were some bangers, okay? I really liked both of these pods. I thought they were magnificent. I think that Nespresso did pretty good with these. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, or maybe I'm just overselling these, but I think that they're really good. And both of these pods, I think, are going to be summer staples for me, especially as it gets hotter here in Maryland for iced coffee and iced latte season. So catch me on my TikTok making a bunch of recipes with these. But yeah, I think if you are open to trying new things, if you just want to do some weird flavor combos coming up, I think that both of these pods are well worth the price that you pay for them. And I think that these are going to be some good pods to try, truthfully. My ratings kind of show that. I think that these are some good ones. And I will say, before I end this video, I do have some other pods that I'm going to be taste testing in the next couple of videos. One, I did order the remix pod with the Starbucks and the, you know, the double espresso, Nespresso combo thing, I don't know, collaboration, I should say. So that should be coming in the next couple days. I'm gonna do a taste test on that. Additionally, I did get a couple of these original line pods. I haven't talked too much about these on social media or anything like that. I haven't done a whole run through of all of the pods and the things that I got in that haul. But I did get both of the filter style mild and intense original line pods. So if you guys are original line lovers out there and you want to know what these filter style pods are all about, I'm all for them. I'm going to try them in the next couple weeks. And I'm gonna see, because I'm really intrigued. I don't know what it's supposed to be all about. So we'll get into that in another video, but I just want to let you know I'm on it. We're gonna try this. And yeah, again, if you guys go out and buy any of these pods, more specifically the juicy watermelon and the tropical coconut, let me know how you guys like it. And let me know if you have any recipes that you want me to try. I'd be happy to shout you out on my TikTok, because I do like making recipes, and I'll of course give you guys recipe credit. And yeah, if you haven't already done so, follow me on any of my social media platforms. Check out my affiliate ships, my storefront, and thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Hope you guys like the pods. Hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next couple of weeks. Bye guys.